Alright. As good as the intro of these games are, I'm just need to hurry up and get down to it. Alright. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to bother with the intro or anything. Look, we're here. This is episode 5 or 6 or something. Anyway, here to do the class trial. Let's just get on with it. Okay. I just want to do it. If I can find the place that I'm actually supposed to go, because it's around here somewhere, but I don't know where. Still not there yet. Still not there yet. Still not. Oh, and you know what? Thinking about it, before we get to this, I should buy some skills, shouldn't I? Let's see. Like, okay. I don't know what the skills do. Lost in Thought is pretty good from what I know of the first game. This one's pretty good. I want to get this one. Da-da-da-da. Let's see. No, wait, hang on. Okay. Influence. Focus. Neural liberation. Focus gauge. Increase the slower rate. That's actually a pretty decent one, but I may not need it for now. Okay, so some of these things I'm seeing that I don't know what they actually are, because they're apparently different from the first game. So what are these things? Anyway, I think charisma and let's see, cool and composed and attentive influence. That's everything I can get right now. But those seem to be pretty good to have at the moment. Real quick. Okay, you still haven't done anything yet, though. Okay. I still need to find the place where I'm going to do the thing. I think I went the wrong direction. But it's okay. There it is. Monokuma Rock. Here we go. And, luckily, Like, I have a drink this time, but luckily, I don't have to do a whole lot of reading because the characters are going to speak on their own during the trial, so.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, what the heck is that mountain? When did that get there? Never mind that. How did they even make a mountain shaped like Monokuma?
No way.
That story might be true after all. There might be an enormous organization involved in all this. You mean what Byakuya said before, right?
You are right.
Byakuya, we still needed his knowledge. I still can't believe he's dead. Alright. What happened to Gundam and Fuyuhiko? Now that you mention it, it appears they aren't here yet.
I got it!
They probably ran away.
No way!
I'm getting some like pauses in the game, but there's no way I'd let them escape, you know. Look, I dragged this one back over here.
Don't fuck with me! Hey, come on now!
If you keep acting violent, I might just eat you up.
Hey!
Fuyuhiko, where were you doing? What were you doing all this time?
Huh?
Nothing. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just chilling in my room when I suddenly heard that that fat guy got killed. Who cares about that anyway?
You.
How can you say something so irresponsible?
Do you understand?
We've been doing our best to investigate this murder, even though we don't want to, just to survive.
Wait!
Mahiro, that's enough. You too, Fuyuhiko. And I guess we're waiting for Gundam?
What happened, sinner?
I am right here.
Now then, let us begin.
Remember this well. A main character arrives when he intends to. Agreed. Now, I notice he's got his earring back, which means he found a way to get underneath the building. Huh?
Hey.
It seems you noticed it too, yes. If I did, then I'm right.
Well now.
Now that everyone's all together, let's take the secret entrance to the trial field.
Wait!
What's this?
My, mon ami. Just what are you doing here? Nobody asked for you.
What?
Do you actually want to join in?
You masochistic mascot!
Interesting. Do you want to taste how powerless you are at the class trial? You're an even bigger masochist than I thought.
Special breeding service!
Oh well, I'm a big brother who dotes on his little sister. I shall allow your special participation.
See ya later!
I'll go on ahead and wait for you guys, so hurry over. He told us to come, but how do we get there? I don't see any doors or vehicles.
What's going on?
He mentioned something about a secret entrance, was it? Secret entrance. Do we have to actually search? Do we have to actually search for this thing? I suppose I can talk to everybody. I'm gonna go through and talk to everybody. I may cut this bit out because I'm probably not gonna bother reading it like out loud, but I wanna talk to everybody. Oh dear. What the? Something's shaking? This is dangerous. Everyone, please get down. Could it be? Is he telling us to enter it?
What?
Such a suspicious aura. Even Crimson Steel Elephant Magazi is trembling with fear. I like how his hamsters they've all got the sweat things on them too. It is very suspicious.
Hey!
Listen, Totoro. We could do what you say, but even if Monokuma lets us skip out on the trial, he's probably still going to kill us because we didn't find who the murderer was. So.
No way!
Stupid.
Complaining won't get us anywhere. Oh, man. Exactly. There's nowhere for us to run. We need to do it. If that's everyone's decision, I'll just follow you guys.
Yep.
If this were a video game, it had a very high difficulty level. Probably mean if I were to guess. Let's do our best to clear the game. Shaking with fear and nervousness, I hesitantly lifted my feet and stepped onto the escalator. I won't think anymore. If I think, I'll run away. All I could do was stare upward intensely as the escalator carried me. And when each of us entered Monokuma Rock, that seems kind of overkill, but we're doing this.
Huh?
Something I find interesting is that even though the shot is almost identical to the first game, the perspective is reversed. This is an elevator. Very observant, Nekomaru. I see. This entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases.
However,
If he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. Soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. Here we go. Sorry. I just feel like there needs to be elevator music. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars as the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending. And then, the elevator door slowly opened. Interesting.
Welcome!
This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
Why, you... Don't fuck with me!
Right. Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Yeah. I don't know if it's because of doing this, like, every night for, like, this is the 5th night in a row, I guess. Or, anyway. But I've been feeling like I've got something stuck in my throat all day, and I don't know what's up with that. Ugh. Anyway. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written. Looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked toward the seats that had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible, because that's our only option. There is no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes, I would like to save. Let's see. Okay. This one. I don't think I can get all of the ones that I have so far. Yeah, no. Increases influence gate recovery. I might do attentive influence for now, rather than charisma, because this just gives me a straight up bonus. The other one gives me a bonus to recovery when I pick the correct answers. But if I have just more to begin with, then it's better, I think. For the moment, I'm gonna pop charisma on there. Hopefully by the next. I should be able to by the next trial, because I think you get 1 skill point for each level. So I'm level 18 right now, so I can have 18 points worth of skills. But anyway, I think that's how that works. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do for now. I can change the difficulty from here. That's good. That's good. Right. Let's go. And I still don't know. Yeah, I still don't really know who it could have been. So hopefully I can figure out from the trial, because otherwise...
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Monami? Are you okay? You need some help there? Okay.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Here we go.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Yes.
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you.
And even though Monokuma kind of became untrustworthy at the end of the last game, I don't think he's lying here. Because he would really have no reason to lie unless he just wanted to kill us all. So. And what fun would that be, right? So.
Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry.
Yeah.
I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
Of course.
You hate me that much?
Yes.
Now, let's begin!
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
Figure out who done it.
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules?
Yeah.
Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, but the circumstances are such that only a certain number of people could have done it.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
Yeah.
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
Which is?
Huh. The most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
You're not wrong. I mean, it is a decent hiding spot, but because of the way... Well, first of all, we know the body wasn't dragged under there. That's where he was killed. But also, there'd really be no point in trying to hide the body in that room. So...
Then, let's start with that mystery.
Well, I know the answer. He was killed under there, but... reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We could start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... yeah. No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So, the class trial has finally started. Yep, it's about time. And you know, because, like, if you watch the Bittersweet Games, they talk about how, like, they were expecting this murder right out the gate. They were just waiting for it to happen. And they were talking about, like, it was almost a relief when it finally did happen. And I believe I even mentioned feeling similarly to that as well. Like, it was relieving when it finally happened. But the game was like, you know, the game did that on purpose. Like, see how horrible you are? You've become desensitized to this, and now you're relieved that somebody is dead. But from here, anybody who dies, even the killer, I think I'm gonna feel that. See, the reason I don't feel a whole lot with Byakuya is because I'm still not even sure that's actually Byakuya. I have no idea what's going on. It's really confusing, but, you know, I didn't feel a whole lot with that. Anybody else who dies from this point, I'm probably going to feel it more. So, anyway. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. Alright? All your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. It's This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Yes, this is pretty simple. I know about this from the first game, so... Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to move the reticle and then fire with the left mouse button. Good. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. Right. Okay, I get it. Escape. You can review the controls. Okay, how do I switch truth bullets? Or do we not have to do that in the beginning? Okay, mouse wheel.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table
Right.
at the very back of the dining hall.
Yeah.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery!
Negative.
Like a dog burying a bone!
You're way too cheerful about all this. Yeah.
Why
Okay,
was
so there's only
Byakuya's
the one
body
weak point.
in a place like that?
Also, they don't explain the whole thing about the weak
His body
points
was
and
underneath
stuff
the table
in this
very back of the dining hall.
in this game because they expect you to be familiar
After
with
the
it at
killer
this
murdered
point.
Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
No.
No, that's wrong.
I like how he said the same thing Makoto said in the first game. No, that's wrong.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why? Try to remember what the body looked like when you found it under the table.
I don't know why the game keeps like skipping on me. I don't know if that's showing up in the recording, but it keeps like freezing for a second.
Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
Exactly. There would have been a blood trail if he had been stabbed somewhere else and then moved under there. And also, the blood wouldn't have gotten on the tablecloth like that.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Yeah.
And here I thought I had a genius idea.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised that your genius ideas are incorrect.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Okay, chill. You don't need to murder the man. Like, I just called him stupid, but you don't need to go that far, okay?
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Because that's where it died.
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
That's what I just said.
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed.
Indeed.
Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
Yes.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
That's the question, isn't it?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
I disagree.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
Maybe, but...
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
Yeah. And Byakuya's not a coward, so...
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
I guess... Reason Byakuya dove under the table. It's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party. Because, The knife? I imagine. Yes.
I can prove it with this. It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Yes.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, "I am the murder weapon"?
Yes, it seems to scream that, but it clearly isn't if you just look at it, because like I pointed out before, and I'm surprised, not even the Bittersweet Gamers pointed this out, but the blood on the knife is not consistent with a stabbing, okay? If you stab somebody with that knife, because like the top of the knife, alright, the, like, not the bladed edge, but the other edge on top, does not have blood on it. If it was stabbed into somebody, it would. So clearly, not the murder weapon. On top of the fact that Mikan's autopsy revealed that the stabs were done with something very long and thin.
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
Mm-hmm.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
Good question.
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
You'd think so.
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment.
Which is rather suspicious. Because how would he have noticed the glowing paint and nobody else? Even if he had the night vision goggles on, like the tablecloth extended down to the floor around that table. So there shouldn't be any way he saw it.
Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
That's a possibility. Considering he had night vision goggles, he might have seen somebody going under the table for the knife. And if that's the case, that makes Nagito rather suspicious. It seems like he was the closest to where the knife was hidden, and he was the one who would have had access to hide it. But he couldn't have been the person that killed Byakuya, because the knife was not used to kill him, and also, like, what was used to kill, it had to be up through the floorboards. So it couldn't have been Nagito that killed him, but it seems like Nagito was going for that knife, which is
No, that's not possible.
What makes you say that?
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
Sure you do.
This is almost like a real trial.
Almost. But not quite, because in real trials there are 2 parties involved. And here there are 15, but, you know. During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will only be one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Yep. Yeah. Okay, it's space. to concentrate. Good. Yeah. Good luck, have fun! Yeah. Now, yeah, like I did with the first one, I'm gonna let these play out once, unless there's like no time. I'm gonna let these play through once, so I know what all is going on, so I don't shoot something that I shouldn't. So, let's see, we've got the knife, the bloodstain, the gas in the floorboard, the AC timer, and the night vision goggles.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
Yes.
That sounds correct. If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black.
Yes.
It was so dark I couldn't see my food.
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either. I doubt he could have seen the killer.
Okay, so there's what I need to... Shoot, getting under that table during a blackout would have been nearly impossible, but...
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table.
I don't know how to fast forward
During the
yet, but...
blackout.
That sounds correct.
Yes.
If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black. It was so dark I couldn't see my food.
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
Nope.
No,
He
that's
could.
wrong.
Counter argument. Objection. No.
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because he had night vision goggles.
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
Indeed.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
That's what I'm saying, yes.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Oh no. We just got objectioned.
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
You'd think so, but I found the case to them in his box. And it makes sense that he would have them. Although, on the other hand, and I believe I was mentioning this last episode, that would mean that he was suspecting a blackout. Which couldn't... That'd be... Let's see what my hero has to say. I like that the other characters can do the objection thing now. It's fun.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
But how can you be sure of this? Yes. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, while this kind of argument surfaces... the rebuttal showdown, okay. Okay. So this is different to the shootout thing in the first game, where you had to do the rhythm. I guess? I hope. Interesting. I think this is going to be fun. Counter, draw out their weak spots and argue against them. Aha, I have to use WASD for this. Know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. Skew the debate's mood to your advantage. Ignore the other person's remarks, so will skew toward their advantage. Shows the sharpness of your counter. Number of times you can cut remarks during one round. Okay, this is a lot to remember all of a sudden. I was not prepared for new mechanics. Oh no. Other party's argument changes. Conversation will develop. Divulging some weak spots. Cannot cut remarks. Okay. Okay, so I refute weak spots with the left mouse button. I have to cut the other stuff. Okay. Truth Blade this time. Interesting. It appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. Right. A change in feeling. Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Knife, irons, duralumin case. That's probably going to be important.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Okay.
Get back down.
I'm not. Just a little bit more, and I can draw something out next time.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's what. So those goggles were planned in advance.
How do I do the
killer brought them to the crime scene.
diagonal?
Allow me to cut through those words.
I have no idea what the controls are for that, but
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
as far as we can tell, unless the case was planted, but in that case, we have no way to prove whether that was true or not.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Yeah.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that duralumin case as well.
Yes.
Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
You say that like Ibuki is a different person. Are you our resident schizophrenic for this this game?
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case.
Surely, right? Although we didn't find the key to it, and it was sitting open. So,
Since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
thank you.
Then, was that knife inside the case too?
No.
If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be, considering the other stuff that was in there.
It would be weird.
Thank you.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Okay.
Ooh, you totally mean that in a perverted way.
I am sure he does, yes. No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. Tonight's main dish. No.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape?
Indeed.
They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Indeed. Monami just swinging back there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
Probably not.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid?
threatening letter.
Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
Which, the night vision goggles, that's still kind of odd, because again, it means that he was suspecting that there might be a blackout. Which, yeah.
That's true. He went above and beyond, being a little cautious.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the body check is kind of like somebody easily could have hid something like a knife or something and brought it in and killed somebody with it, and it makes sense to try and prevent that. I think the above and beyond, the overboard, is when he started going through the kitchen and tossing all the knives and forks and stuff. And because, I mean, knives are one thing, but to kill somebody with a fork, you gotta be really determined.
He probably knew someone was planning to commit a murder.
You say probably like we don't have conclusive evidence that that's the case.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
No.
You think so too, right, Hajime?
I know so, because we have conclusive evidence of that. He probably knew. Where is it? There.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
Yeah.
So, who's the someone?
Don't know.
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm slightly suspicious of you, actually, but...
Wasn't me!
Yeah, I doubt Monokuma would have done that.
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Sure.
Those are still lies.
I like how she can get her arms out of the rope, but hasn't left. I guess she didn't want to be here, but whatever.
Doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
That seems likely.
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
Keep an eye on everybody.
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other.
But because Fuyuhiko didn't show up, Peko left the room, Teruteru was in the kitchen, and Chiaki was outside watching for Monokuma. Like, there's several people that we didn't have eyes on the whole time, and they could have easily done something.
In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
Yeah.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
It might have been, but that's a kind of a dumb prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk.
Exactly.
His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
Or at least act as though it was, because, like you said, he couldn't take the risk of not taking it seriously and it actually being serious. He chose to act as though it were legitimate. Whether he actually believed it was legitimate or not, he chose to act as though it were.
You should have told us you received a threatening letter.
Well,
If he had, we would have panicked.
yeah.
Byakuya probably knew that too.
And we can't afford to panic right now.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone?
Yes.
I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Unfortunately.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
I think now is the time to think about that.
Well, obviously, the killer.
Probably, but not necessarily. The killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
Oh, Gundam, if only it were that simple.
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
She's not wrong. But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.